Hello, St. Louis CME Church and all of our St. Louis CME friends. Welcome back to Blessings Now, Living in God's Kingdom. We have been discussing the topic authentic discipleship, men and women catchers. And in previous lessons, we had been discussing how the disciples had responded to Jesus' call, how they had left everything and began to learn what it is to follow and to teach the way Jesus taught. They began to learn what it is, in fact, to teach. Jesus took them out of the boat and took them into the city, where they began to become fishers of men. He taught them as one who had authority. He spoke with the voice of God. He was connected with divine power. He did not teach as the scribes or the Pharisees who could only recite the regulations and point out what was in the law and tell men and women about their discrepancies in keeping the law. But he taught with the power of God. The scribes and the Pharisees could not lead one or instruct one in the way of righteousness. But Jesus, in fact, demonstrated what righteousness was truly all about. Here in Capernaum, the disciples see the power of God being manifested as Jesus takes authority over an unclean spirit. In Mark 1:23 and following, the first thing that Jesus does before he starts out on his ministry is to take authority over this unclean spirit. We see him also in Mark 1:23 following, and more extensively in Matthew 4:1-11, began to show how he has defeated the devil when he goes into the wilderness and defeats every scheme and ploy of the devil. Now, when we think about this, we may think about it as something that Jesus just had to go through. However, when we look at it more carefully, we see that this was, for the most part, not just strictly about him and about his preparation for ministry, but it was about teaching us what it is also to walk as authentic disciples. This closer look reflects his teaching and his doctrinal stance for us who would be his disciples. That is to say, to be authentic in discipleship, we too must conquer the uncleanness of life. We must assume authority over all that is unclean in the world. We must rebuke everything that is foul in ourselves and in others. If we are to be about our Father's business, about bringing about human reconciliation with God, and to be truly authentic disciples. This is what authentic discipleship is based on. It's being clear about who we are and being pure in our walk with God so that we can bring about this kind of reconciliation. Well, that's all for now. We're going to leave it right there. We're going to return to our lesson on next time. But I just say unto you all, be authentic in your discipleship. Blessings now. Keep living in God's kingdom.